Hi and welcome to Tech Tip Friday. I'm Kurt Stahle, that plastics guy, bringing you a tech tip that you could take to the shop floor with you today. So we're heading into, well, the time I'm recording this, the last week of January. You'll see it on a Friday. I'm recording it on a Monday because we got pummeled again with snow, more so in the Toronto area, a little less up where I live, but we're still pretty much under it. So hot coffee, cold day, we're recording. A couple weeks ago, I did a video that talked about molded in stresses with polypropylene and polyethylene. It was a specific customer issue that I was contacted to help resolve. And it got me thinking about how molding conditions alone can have tremendous influence on a molded part. And in this case, I'm thinking about an application that I worked on several years ago, back when I sold flexible PVC, and I was supplying to a major automotive tier 1 parts molder, and the application in question was a General Motors, a center console, the armrest lid skin, so where you'd actually put your elbow on, when you're sitting in your driver's seat or the passenger seat. So I had a customer complaint about the part, and the part was actually too big, and it was causing some interference fitment issues. And the first thing they're saying is, well, you're going to have to reformulate and do something, and we'll have to re-PPAP, and it's going to be a mess. I mean, if you're in the industry, you know what automotive molding is like. It's a high stress, high stakes business venture, and typically that translates to everyone in the shop floor as well. So I go in there prepared to do the tech service call, not sure what I'm going to see, but I know full well the material is to spec because I get to see those lot certifications. So I have to see basically what's up. And after watching a couple of shots, I could tell that they were molding good looking parts. There were no burning. They were careful in the demolding process, which, given the way this particular style of part was molded, it was tricky to demold. You had to do it manually, no robotics. So now it was time to intervene and come up with a solution. So remember, the parts were too big. So I get asked, what do we do? And I said, inject more PVC into the tool, pack it out, really pack it out. And the tech looked at me like I kind of had two heads, or I was taking something really good that was kind of illegal. One of those looks? That's what I had. So he obliged me. We increased the volume of PVC that was injected in the tool, and after 3 or 4 shots he took it back to measure, and sure enough we were getting parts that were within spec. And I have to mention, the parts were actually large to drawing and in actual fitment, so yeah, not the situation you want to be in. But the rationale was, if we inject more PVC, in this case flexible PVC, there will be more shrinkage, and the part will be within spec and will fit properly. And that's exactly what happened. It was one of the shortest tech service calls that I've been on, and fortunately one of the most successful. So again, I just want to bring this up. I know we're not talking about propylene or ethylene and molded in stresses per se, but if you alter what you do with your injection pressure and pack and hold and whatnot, you can exert a tremendous amount of influence on the part that's coming out of your tool. So in this case, injecting more material, which caused more shrinkage, and it brought the part down to size. So did I get lucky? No, I knew the right path forward. And it's nice to be able to do that right away with a customer. Get in and out, get them making good parts, and say goodbye, see you later, call me when you need me again. Go up to the front office and have a positive debrief with the program manager and purchasing agent. Nice way to end that afternoon. So hopefully you can take that tech tip with you when you're on the shop floor next. Maybe it's today, maybe it's Monday, maybe it's next month. You'll keep that in mind. So until then, have a fantastic Friday, a great weekend, stay warm, and hopefully when February hits us, well, it's not going to be hitting us quite like January did with all the snow you can possibly imagine. Enough winter. I think we've suffered enough. Take care. Bye for now.